We'll call this regular city council meeting to order on October 20th, 2025 at 6:03 PM. Roll call, please.
Mr. Anderson,
Present.
Mr. Bateman,
Present.
Mr. Sanders,
Present.
Mrs. McClellan,
Present.
Mr. Parrott,
Present.
Mr. Downs,
Present.
Mr. Clemens,
Present.
Mrs. O'Donoghue.
Present.
Okay, before we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, Chief Meister would like for us to do a moment of silence. Chief, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Just wanted to take a moment to recognize retired Police Chief Robert Hahn, who passed away recently. Our records indicate that he started his career with the Lincoln Police Department on September 15th of 1956 and served until his retirement in 1986. Dedicated 29 years of his life to service the citizens of Lincoln and did so honorably. I reviewed his personnel file today and found nothing derogatory in it. He was a faithful servant of the city, and think that he deserves the respect and dignity of a moment of silence.
Do a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, is there anybody who'd like to speak under public participation? Okay, for the record, there is no public participation. We will move on to the consent agenda. This evening, it consists of 5A, payment of bills, 5B, approval of minutes, October 6th, 2025, regular city council meeting, 5C, request from Kathy Williams to permit the closing of the 100 block of South Kickapoo Street on Friday, November 28th, 2025, from 5 p.m. until 6 p.m. for the tree lighting ceremony for the Lincoln Winter Wonderland Festival. And 5D, request from Brew 66 Coffee Trailer to permit the closing of 2 parking spaces across from 125 North Kickapoo Street each Sunday in the month of October, November, and December 2025 from 8:30 a.m. until 2 p.m. for the purpose of selling coffee.
Move to approve.
Second.
Alderwoman O'Donoghue made the motion. Alderman Sanders second. Discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Sanders,
Yes.
Ms. McClellan,
Yes.
Mr. Parrott,
Yes.
Mr. Downs,
Yes.
Mr. Clemens,
Yes.
Mrs. O'Donoghue,
Yes.
Mr. Anderson,
Yes.
Mr. Bateman.
Yes.
Okay, next item up is item 6, resolution approving the content of certain executive session meeting minutes of the City Council of the City of Lincoln.
So moved. Second.
Alderman Parrott made the motion. Alderman Downs second. Discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Downs,
Yes.
Mr. Clemens,
Yes.
Mrs. O'Donoghue,
Yes.
Mr. Anderson,
Yes.
Mr. Bateman,
Yes.
Mr. Sanders,
Yes.
Mrs. McClellan,
Yes.
Mr. Parrott.
Yes.
Okay, next item up is 8A, City Treasurer's Report for September 2025. Treasurer Conzo.
Thank you, Mayor. You've all received copies of this report. The first thing I would point out, we're doing a little bit better with our balance in the general fund that you see there. It's a little bit confusing there because if you look over on the right side, you'll see those asterisks. That was in the years before we started investing some of the money in CDs. So those are not, so that subtotal that you see there would be more comparable in those years. But a year ago, we did start including we started doing that and started including those in the report. So you see there the difference between the total general fund that's at the bottom there. It's more comparable to what it would have been in September of 2024. And you'll notice also that it's approved. Our position there is improved since last month by about $151,000, which is good, but we need to still keep moving in that direction instead of backward. So anyway, I'm pleased to see that, and let's hope we can continue that in the future and be careful with how we spend money. You'll see there the tax receipts, and I'll go through those in some detail. Police pension fund, they had, largely due, I think, to increases in the stock market. The consolidated fund grew during the month of September. Unfortunately, we don't have the report yet from the Consolidated Illinois Firefighters Pension Investment Fund. Theirs usually takes a little longer for some reason, but I'm expecting that when we do receive that, we'll see some improvement at the end of September, and I hope that that continues to be the case in October, although typically October isn't a month where you see a lot of growth in those funds. If you look at the attachments pertaining to the tax receipts, you'll see the municipal sales tax. We had an increase there, which is good to see. It wasn't a huge amount, but a couple of $1,000s there, and so we're ahead on the year there by about $53,000, which may seem like a lot, but keep in mind there are other things that'll offset that, including the increases in some of the costs that the city has to pay. Non-home rule sales tax, that has gone up even percentage-wise a little bit more, and you'll see there we're at $584,000 to date as opposed to $525,000 a year ago. This is the money that goes into our improving roads. This is the non-home rules sales tax that goes into this fund, and that's the purpose that we use it for. And you've seen some of that in progress here in the last few weeks. The income tax receipts there, we had a little bit of a increase in August over the previous year for the August month of liability, which would have been received in September, and we're a little bit ahead of where we were a year ago at this point. Unfortunately, and there isn't any, this is not in here, but because we didn't receive replacement tax receipts in September, but there's been a decline in that, which we knew was coming, but still, it's a considerable decline. So some of these increases are going to help offset the decrease that you saw there. Motor fuel, almost identical. Here's the thing you looking at there. You see in 2025 and 2024, the regular, motor fuel tax receipts at $26,913 went up to $27,330. Not really a lot. The extra distribution comes from that Rebuild Illinois, the increase in the tax. Well, the tax went up July 1st, so that source of revenue is bound to go up because each gallon is taxed more. But it doesn't look like they're pumping a lot more gas than they did. In fact, if you look at the receipts for July, it actually went down year over year, and it went up slightly in August. I've said this before, President Reagan said if you want more of something, tax it less, but there are people who did not get that memo. Video gaming tax, almost, down a couple $100s, but very, very consistent with what it was a year ago, and this year over last year, it's virtually the same. Actually, about a $5,000 difference. And that's all that I have, unless there are questions.
Any questions for Treasurer Conzo? Okay. All right, next up is the city clerk's report for September 2025. Ms. Bateman?
The amount of sewer receipts collected in the month of September was $345,746.49, which $11,796.75 came from both prisons.
Questions for Ms. Bateman? Okay, thank you. Next up is item 8C, department head reports for September 2025. Those are either on file or they will be shortly. Also, just regarding this, Ms. Bateman and I have talked about this. If you go to the city website, you won't see the reports on the city website yet. We're working on that. This is just part of the new website and getting all of that stuff built out. But we do actually have the reports from the department head. So if you have a request for a specific department, please reach out to that department head or Ms. Metelko, and we can get that to you. Okay. Okay, moving on. The next item up is item 9A, approval of request from Work Camp for Lincoln for 2026 sponsorship in an amount not to exceed $6,500.
Move to approve.
Second.
Alderwoman O'Donohue made the motion. Alderman Downs, second. Discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Downs?
Yes.
Mr. Clemmons?
Yes.
Mrs. O'Donohue?
Yes.
Mr. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Bateman?
Yes.
Mr. Sanders?
Yes.
Mrs. McCollum?
Yes.
Mr. Parrott?
Yes.
Okay, next item is 9B, approval of the purchase and installation of LED lighting at 500 and 508 Broadway Street in an amount not to exceed $6,535.
Move to approve.
Second.
Alderwoman McClellan made the motion. Alderman Sanders, second. Discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Sanders?
Yes.
Mrs. McCollum?
Yes.
Mr. Parrott?
Yes.
Mr. Downs?
Yes.
Mr. Clemmons?
Yes.
Mrs. O'Donohue?
Yes.
Mr. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Bateman?
Yes.
Next item is 9C, advising consent to the mayoral appointment of Cynthia Nutella to the Diversity and Inclusion Commission.
Motion to approve. Second.
Alderman Downs made the motion. Alderman Clemmons, second. Discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Clemmons?
Yes.
Mrs. O'Donohue?
Yes.
Mr. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Bateman?
Yes.
Mr. Sanders?
Yes.
Mrs. McCollum?
Yes.
Mr. Parrott?
Yes.
Mr. Downs?
Yes.
Okay, next item is item 9D, approval of the TASER contract extension renewal between Axon Enterprise Incorporated and the City of Lincoln for a period of 5 years in an amount not to exceed $23,810.30 per year.
Move to approve.
Second.
Alderman Anderson made the motion. Alderwoman McClellan, second. Discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. McClellan?
Yes.
Mr. Parrott?
Yes.
Mr. Downs?
Yes.
Mr. Clemmons?
Yes.
Mrs. O'Donohue?
Abstain.
Mr. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Bateman?
Yes.
Mr. Sanders?
Yes.
Okay, next item is 9E, approval of the lease agreement for the Depot Event Center.
Move to approve.
Second.
Alderwoman O'Donohue made the motion. Alderman Sanders, second. Discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Sanders?
Yes.
Mrs. McCollum?
Yes.
Mr. Parrott?
Yes.
Mr. Downs?
Yes.
Mr. Clemmons?
Yes.
Mrs. O'Donohue?
Yes.
Mr. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Bateman?
Yes.
Okay, that brings us down to announcements. I've got a few announcements. This Saturday at 10 a.m. is Trick or Treat with the Mayor, and that typically starts at 10 a.m. And I will be there with my wife and Miss Matoko from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. handing out candy. We'll be handing out maps for parents and participants, and then the event itself will go from 10 a.m. to noon in downtown. And we had quite a bit of turnout for businesses participating, so that's good. The meetup place will be Latham Park at the grandstand, or the what do they call that in the center? Is it the grandstand? Yeah. So okay,
Gazebo, maybe?
the gazebo, bandstand. Yeah, meet in the middle. Okay. Next was a reminder about, we haven't talked about this, and it dawned on me this weekend that maybe we should, as I was having conversations, but we are in the period of time for pocket readings for next year's sewer bills, and your sewer bill for 2026 will, based on your water consumption in the months of October, November, and December of the previous year, or currently the period that we're in now. So if you would like to possibly reduce your sewer bill for next year, now's an opportunity to conserve water. We're certainly not saying you have to, but you can. And if you need any information about that, they can call the clerk's office and get information. Did you want to add anything to that as well, Ms. Bateman?
Nope, it's just the same as it's every year. There are a few people that has to be reminded, but there's some people that's right on top of it. They know.
Okay. Anything from anybody on that? Okay. Also, this past weekend, we had coffee with the mayor at Guest House, and Alderman Parrott was there, and Alderman Sanders, Mr. Hoblet was there, and several other people. We had a pretty good turnout, a lot of good topics. So I know Lincoln Daily News does a recap of that. They were present. So if you read any of the information in there and you have questions, please reach out to any of us that were there. I thought it was a really good conversation. We talked a lot about roads. People were interested in the bank building. What else did Steve, or
If there are any new businesses coming into town, and
the incubator we talked about? Yep,
tourism.
we'll get to that. Yeah.
Spoke about tourism.
Tourism, yeah, they were really interested in tourism, what's going on with the building, which there's quite a bit going on with the building. Maybe next week, I'll give an update on that, or ask Mr. McCoy to come in and give one as well. Ms. Bateman reminded me about gas prices. So I had brought that up early on, but we had so much stuff to cover, and we actually got out of there at 10:30, and we probably could have stayed another half hour longer. But here's where we're at with gas prices. I've made inquiries before about this. I did it again this week, and ironically, so let me back up. My approach was, I'm going to get people on the phone and try to talk to somebody. I prefer to talk to people, but I also followed up because I couldn't get anybody on the phone. One of the larger gas companies that I won't name any names, they have this intermediate, which is a guest services area. So it's like you can't talk to anybody that's, above guest services. They said I could call, I could email, which I did. They also reminded me that there are gas discounts available, which I reminded them that we're aware of that. I did send a follow-up email to two of the larger gas companies in town, and I did it for multiple reasons. Number one, I want some answers. Number two, I want it documented that we're making these inquiries so that people don't just believe that we're up here saying we are and we're not. So the emails have been sent. I know it's going to be a big shock to everybody, but I haven't received a response. But I did, I've been following Gas Buddy for a while, and I don't know if it's just coincidence, maybe somebody got my email, but that same day I sent that in the morning, and by the evening, gas prices came down to $3.18, which was matching surrounding communities. At the time, it was at $3.27, which is still high, right? $3.18 still is. So we're looking into it. We're trying to make inquiries. We're trying to get some answers. I don't know if the fact that I included Senator Turner and Representative Howder on the email might have prompted a response from them, at least in an adjustment of price. But we'll keep plugging away at it because I think we all agree that gas prices are high. It's kind of a hard pill to swallow when you look at large communities and they're at $2.94 or less. So
30 cents difference between the north side of Springfield and the south side of Springfield.
yep.
People called me out on Facebook, said it wasn't true, and I'm like, literally, I drive through Springfield to get to my job. It is literally in the upper 270s on one side and 211 or 311 out where I work.
Yep.
So I mean, I don't know why they think government controls fuel prices.
Yeah, I mean, gasbuddy.com is a good resource. It'll show you the map. It'll show you what the current prices are. But Mr. Bateman just brought up a good point. I think it's worth reminding everybody because we also got a treasurer's report tonight, and we talk about motor fuel tax and gas prices. And Mr. Conzo, keep me honest here, but whether we have a person buy 1 gallon of fuel in this city or 1,000 gallons, the amount of income tax that we receive is distributed throughout the state equally.
The motor fuel tax is distributed based on the population. So if,
Yeah.
you've seen the reports with the listing of how much we get in the motor fuel tax, it's they take the total receipts divided by the number of people, or the total population, population for the city, or divided by the total population. And that's what you get. One thing that does affect what we get there is, losing population, and that's reflected in the census. But as far as where that gasoline is sold, has no impact on what we receive in motor fuel tax. The other thing to keep in mind about that's, that I think's important to note too, is that as the year goes by, or each year goes by, as the motor fuel tax keeps going up, there's probably you'll see it around the edges of the state more than you will here, but a lot of people live close to the state borders will buy their gas out of state. And when they do that, well, they think, well, that would affect us as just as much as it would the towns that are along the border, because it's based on the population, not the location of where the gas was sold. So that's another factor there too. As we keep seeing the increases in the motor fuel tax, you see fewer and fewer people buying gas within the state. Even though it's not going to affect the buying habits of people like us that are a couple hundred or 120 miles from, landlocked. Yes, exactly. But it does affect the buying habits of people that are closer to the state lines, and when they do that, it reduces the overall number of gallons pumped within the state, and as a consequence of that, it reduces our percentage of that as well.
Okay. Anything else on gas or gas prices? Okay. Thank you, Mr. Gonzo. Okay, and the last thing that I want to share a brief update on, and Sam and Steve can add to this if they'd like, but I did want to make people aware that a grant was submitted last week, and it was a grant through the Logan County Tourism Bureau. They have, is it 59,000 you said, Steve, for the Bureau? The grant actually includes projects for both the city and the county as a whole.
Correct. So the city, I think, turned in the portion of the grant, about $359,000 from the city portion, and then the remaining county, including the mill, were well over $400,000 on the total grant that was submitted to DCEO.
Okay. So for us, I don't want to speak for Logan County Tourism Bureau. Ms. Rolfs, she'll be joining us, I believe, next week. She can speak to the grant and their piece, but ours, some of the money that Mr. McCoy, in working with Ms. Rolfs on that grant, includes a couple more watermelon benches, but also we believe that we're eligible for reimbursement costs for the bank building, which is a huge plus for us if we get it, and also the renovations that we're doing in there. So there's some other things that I know Scott's working on. He can give an update next time he's in. I know he's on the call, but I think the grant is huge. Some of the other things that are important, or at least worth pointing out, is that there's approximately, what I've been told, 6 to 7 CVBs along Route 66. The grant that has been set up this year for Route 66 has, I believe, a cap of around $4 million that they're giving out. And those that are applying can get anywhere from $20,000 to $1 million. So our chances are very good at getting this grant. We'll continue to keep the council updated, but we'll thank the Logan County Tourism Bureau and that board for working with us. This was part of the agreement that we've had with them, was these type of grants and the Bureau helping us, and so we were able to get that done. Thanks to Mr. McCoy on our part, at least, for helping us with the city and staying on top of that. Steve or Sam?
Yeah, just real quick. I mean, that grant, we didn't know about it at first, and it was a quick turnaround. And so just want to give a lot of thanks to Scott and to even former Director Lexi Groves with a little bit of help there as well. And so it was a big team effort, and so very appreciative and hopeful for an award.
Yep. So we'll keep everybody posted. Obviously we don't know, the state moves at its own pace, but I spoke with Mr. McCoy yesterday or the day before about this. We could hear as early as 60 days if we're going to get this. So, Mr. Parrott.
Yeah, and then also I failed to mention Wanda played a big part of it as well with the communication and getting businesses to get quotes and of that nature. And so it was, again, a big team effort.
Yep. Okay. That's all I got for announcements. Does anybody else have an announcement? Oh yeah, thank you. I had so much on here, I forgot. Movie night in the park is also this Friday, and we're playing Monsters Inc. So I think I read today T&D food truck, and is it Lulu's? I always, yeah, the sugar, the sweets trailer. That they were there last week. That's Tim and Wendy Brady. They were there, and then Chief, is Savannah going to make an appearance this month?
I haven't got to speak to her yet. She's been off at Academy teaching, so I expect her back this week.
Okay. So last month, Officer Frege and who else was there? Do you remember?
I believe Officer Carter.
Carter. Yeah, they had the Dare grill. They were cooking hot dogs and stuff, and so this month I think I've heard maybe the fire department will make an appearance. So come on out. It's usually a good time, a couple hours long. I would recommend, if it's like last year, that you bring a blanket. It got a little cold last year, so bring a blanket, bring whatever you'd like, just no alcohol. Other than that, look forward to seeing everybody there. I think we had like 70 plus people there last time, based on just kind of counting heads, so it was pretty good. Okay, Ms. McClellan. 7 p.m. And also, I do need to point out, this would not be possible if we did not partner with the Lincoln Park District. Becky Straight out there has been really good about working with us, and we actually use some of their equipment to do it. We use actually a lot of their equipment, the CD player, the screen, and the speakers, and they transport that. They don't ask anything in return for it. And then Lincoln Rural offers the light. So after the movie's over, it's dark, so we have that floodlight that we can turn on for people to get out of the park safely. So another sign of a good partnership between multiple organizations and agencies. So these are the type of things we need to keep doing. So, okay, that's all I have now. Anybody else? Alderman Bateman?
Two things real quick. Went to the ribbon cut at the new Tourism Bureau down at the Mill Saturday. So encourage people to go down there. Especially if you've lived in Logan County most of your life, there's little snippets of all the things that we yearn for from back in the day in there. So it's a good history lesson walking around. Got the Pig Hip and the Mill and Tropics and some of the original Schnitzel signs and menus and stuff. So it's a nice little area, a little history lesson there. And then like to thank Mr. Mackey and them who run the Lincoln Speedway. They had their last race this weekend. They had a good, successful year. And again, for those that don't believe it is not a tourist draw to this town. I went with Mrs. Bateman, of course. We set up high so we enjoy the races, but I lost track of announcements where people were from. I know there was multiple states, Canada and such, so the place is pretty full with motorhomes and stuff. So good shout out to those guys. They put on a good show. They 99% of the time make sure they're within the curfew limits, and safety wise, we had injury this week, but the person was okay in the long run. But so good shout out to them, and hope they continue that each year.
Alderman Parrott.
Yes, back to the ribbon cut in the mill. If you're going out to the mill, you're going to notice that the blades have been removed. That was a part of the plan is to renovate those blades. With this grant, hopefully we'll be able to do a lot more with those blades. But some of it was falling apart, and we had to take it down for safety purposes. And then, but they will be put back up as soon as we can get the grant and get the funds for them as well.
Good point. Alderman.
They're going to try to make them turn again.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Steve
they're
actually
gonna-
got a quote for the motor, didn't you?
Yeah, so we got a quote to have it was before my time, but not Kevin's time, that the blades actually spent moved and they were lit up. So we're gonna hopefully if we get the grant, it's going to spin, and they'll be lit up as well too.
Alderman Downs.
So this weekend I had the pleasure of participating in a fundraiser for Community Action, but it was a walking haunted tour of downtown Lincoln. It was awesome. I had such a good time there. It was very educational. I learned a lot about historical information about downtown Lincoln that I didn't know previously. It was really cool. I had fun. I encourage everyone to participate in that, and at least if you don't participate in it, do some at-home research. And the city of Lincoln has some cool history, so I just encourage people to look into it.
Sam,
did you
let
see
us know about Saturday night?
Did you see a ghost though, Sam?
We saw, yes, so we saw a handful of ghosts. That event was, there's like actors that acted like famous ghosts here in Lincoln, and it was really cool. Like, kudos to everybody who had a hand in it. It was a really fun event.
Can you give like a 60-second summary of like what your experience was in that? Like,
I just did.
not just that it was great, but what did you do?
So,
Because I've had people ask me
yeah,
about
sure,
the event, and I'm
So we started at Flossie's and Delzina's. We like met up there. We had some complimentary like drinks and cookies and stuff like that. We waited about 30 minutes for everyone to prepare. Then we did like a short downtown or walk around the area. We met up at like the library where we learned some historical information about the library. There were some ghosts that came out and talked to us there and gave some more information. Then from there, we walked down to, I can't remember where we went next. We kind of went all over. We stopped at several downtown businesses because the ghosts that haunt these areas are happy when money is being spent there. So it provided some opportunity for the participants to like spend money in some downtown businesses, which was nice and cute. And it brought shoppers into those places that might not normally have gone. So that was nice too. Some of the businesses downtown have a lot of history. I didn't know that Prairie Threads used to be a tavern or bar or pool hall. Like, it has a lot of history to it that I didn't know. Right there, across the street from there, we talked about, we met some more ghosts that told us about the plot to steal Abraham Lincoln's body, which I did know that, but I didn't know all of the details. And we met some more ghosts there that talked to us. We went down by the movie theater, met some more ghosts. It was really fun. And then we went back to, it ended at that bar, Spirited Republic. So yeah, and you got free drinks there too, and pizza. We had free pizza.
amazing.
Yeah, no, it was really cool. I met some really cool people. I had fun. It was great. But I encourage everyone to learn about the history. It was fun.
Good. Thank you for sharing that.
What did you do Saturday night? And you told me Saturday morning that you wanted to try to bring that to Lincoln. I think that's
Yeah.
very important.
I'm
didn't
for
share
sure
what you
going
did.
to bring that to Lincoln. Yes. I participated in a camp out for homeless veterans. Usually I do it every year. Usually we sleep in cardboard boxes downtown Springfield, but because of the storm, there was a sleep in your car option. So I slept in my car in a parking lot downtown Springfield to raise money and awareness to homeless veterans. We generated a ton of money, which is great. And in this spring, I'm working to bring the same type of fundraiser here. I figure we'll give the money to the tiny homes. And yeah, I think like a camp out at Memorial Park. But yeah, I'm spilling the beans too early. This is all supposed to be top secret, but yeah.
Oh,
So
that's great.
don't repeat that to anybody. But yeah.
You can't get things going like that by yourself. So by announcing it,
Yeah.
people may reach out to you to see
Sure.
how they can help.
Sure. So last year, I believe, when I don't have the money numbers from this year, but last year when I did this in Springfield, we generated $20,000 in a night. So that's pretty sweet. Like, that would go, and I think that Logan County, and I know the good people of Lincoln will donate for such a good cause. So I'm optimistic about that. So spring 2026.
Okay, looking forward to it. Very worthwhile event. Well, and Sam, to your point, and Kevin's, I think it's important to point out that there are a lot of good things that they have ideas about. And I think if you get together with the right people, you can make it happen. the event that you described. Janelle Woolard put that together, but I'm sure it wasn't just herself.
Sure. If anyone wants to help me or participate or talk about it with me, feel free to reach out to me.
Probably have some good contacts for you.
All right. I look forward to hearing from you.
Yeah, and I saw the photos of at least one of the walking events, and I think it's worth pointing out that they appeared to have given a history lesson at the Watermelon Wedge, correct? At the depot. So, did they? I didn't know. She said people thought the watermelon was haunted. Well, Abraham Lincoln did touch it, I guess, but no. But it's worth pointing out that watermelon wedge and then the platform, the pedestal, it actually just got a facelift this year. And Jason Hoffman, he painted that for us on behalf of the city. I've been trying to get him to do it for about a year. He's just super busy and hard to nail down. And then the flowers that are on the sides of the sidewalk leading up to it and around it, Kathy and Gary Schmidt, they wanted to see that brought back to life, and they worked with Walt, and they did that. So it's just people in the community doing nice things for the community, and it made the photo great. Aside from the event and the people, that was one of the things I saw. I'm like, man, that looks really great. So, yep. Okay. Anything else? Chief, you look like, okay. Be careful how you raise your hand. You'll be given an update.
Look at my pen.
Okay, if there are no other announcements, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Alderman Anderson made the motion. Alderman Downs second. All in favor say aye. All opposed, same sign. This meeting is adjourned at 6:39 p.m.